Every now and again in this job, you meet someone who quite simply makes your spirit soar. That's how I felt when I first met Nick Vujicic. Nick was born in Australia without any arms or legs, yet he lives a life that's more joyful and more fulfilling than most able-bodied people I know. All that was missing from his world was a special lady. Well, 4 years on, Nick is now a married man. Recently, he invited me back to Los Angeles to meet the woman who's made his life complete.
Hey babe, you ever done a backflip before?
No.
No?
Never in my life.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous now. It's always... Backflips are scary.
Unique is the only word to describe Nick Vujicic and his head-over-heels approach to life.
What can't feel my legs?
Nick was born without arms and legs, and growing up, feared he would have to swim through life alone.
I definitely had doubts that I'd ever get married, that I'd ever meet anybody who would ever love me and spend the rest of their life with me, because I'm Prince Charming with a couple bits and pieces missing. You know, those things were important, you know, and I'd see everybody else has them, so why could I ever compete with all the other guys and ever, you know, find my princess?
Now at 29, Nick's not only found his princess, he's married her, and her name is Kanae.
I feel like a seal.
To me, it wasn't any different falling in love with Nick. I fell in love with him the way he is now. And so because I had dated other guys and I had gone for the physical and, you know, but I was tired of that. And the moment I met Nick, I was looking for other things. And all those things, I found them in him. So that's when I felt like, wow, you know, he's not only boyfriend material, but he's like, he could be my husband.
Well, you're not your standard issue fellow, are you?
No, not exactly. We actually have gotten a lot of interesting reactions from just people while we were dating and, you know, holding hands and walking side by side. Some even people come up and cry.
Can I just ask how you hold hands?
Yeah, right here. We're holding hands right here, and she'd have a hand around me or jump on the back of my wheelchair.
But what sort of reactions would you get?
Well, people would come up and cry and say, now I believe in true love again. There you go.
When I first met Nick in 2008, he was very much a single man, with his signature generosity of spirit and good humour.
No arms, no legs.
No worries, mate.
Then 2 years ago, he and Kanae crossed paths, and it was, without a hint of exaggeration, love at first sight.
The moment I saw him, when I saw his eyes and his smile and just, you know, I thought to myself, oh my gosh, he's so handsome. Like, to me, he's definitely Prince Charming, you know. He might not be perfect in the exterior, but he's a perfect match for me.
It was electric. I mean, when she stood by me, it just felt right.
Is it fair to say that it is the world's most unlikely love story?
You can say that.
What do you think, Nick?
There's a lot of love stories out there, but
Yeah.
it's a special one. Very special.
I'm so glad you're doing it.
I love you.
I love you.
The fact is, just about everything Nick does is special. From falling out of the sky to learning how to surf. He refuses to let his rare condition called phocomelia confine him to a wheelchair. Nick has had to develop a sink or swim approach to life.
When I breathe in, watch this, I'm not paddling. I go up and out, all by breath, right? And I just float.
That is amazing. Just breathe.
Just by laughing.
Do the breathing again.
I'll hold it. And then out.
Fantastic.
There you go. And because I don't have arms and legs to supply oxygen to, I can actually hold my breath longer than the average. 2 minutes, 13 seconds.
It's easy to see why his positive outlook has won Nick a growing legion of admirers. Enthralled by the story of a young boy from Melbourne who did all in his power to turn disadvantage into advantage. Today he's wheeling himself onto the hallowed ground at Dodgers Stadium in Los Angeles.
Nick, 40,000 plus people, do you get stage fright?
No, not these days. Pumps don't get sweaty these days.
Over 4.5 million have now heard his story.
It doesn't mean I'm not going to cry. It doesn't mean I'll understand everything, but I know he's with me.
A tale of faith, hope, and now love.
There's always been a huge chemistry between the two of us. And sometimes at the beginning, people would say, hey, don't kiss too much. It was shocking to me because it was something that I never felt before.
Ever the romantic, Nick proposed on a yacht in Santa Barbara last year. One potential problem, how to put the ring on her finger. It was solved by Nick's ingenuity. He used his mouth.
I'm going, baby, can I kiss your hand? And I'm going, mwah, 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 but a left hand.
Right.
And I put the ring down her finger all the way. And she's like thinking I'm getting kinky or something. She's like, what are you doing?
Biting my finger.
I'm biting your finger.
And I was like, why is he why is he biting my finger?
So I put it all the way down and I pull back and she sees there's a ring on it. And she just, her face, her big eyes, tears immediately. And I said, baby, I love you. Would you marry me and spend the rest of your life with me? And she just cried.
What about a physical relationship? Was that difficult for you? Is it difficult for you?
You mean intimacy?
Yeah.
No, we're very affectionate people.
Like, you know, sometimes I can't hold his hand all the time, so then I hug him or, you know, so. But he's got everything he needs, you know, I mean. Whatever.
Beautifully answered.
That's
They got married in February this year. Then settled into their house, an hour north of Los Angeles, California. From here, Nick has his office, where he writes his books and prepares motivational speeches. But as independent as Nick is, he still needs care.
These are my cooking glasses.
Much of it provided by outside help, but a fair bit by Kanaer, who at the age of 24 has now assumed the role of wife and carer.
It was a part of the deal. I mean, she saw how it came in the package. So she knew how I would function with caregivers, and we knew that would change somewhat, quite a lot, as to how much, but she was ready for that challenge, and I was amazed at her love, and yeah.
If you ever have a cross word, then things might change. And then you've got to switch from wife to, hey, I need you to shave me, or I need you to feed me. How does that work?
Well, you know what? I don't know, because we've only been married for maybe 7 months, and we haven't had an argument yet. So
I promise
it's like,
you.
yeah, it will come. It's like we're still in our honeymoon, you know. But honestly, no, that hasn't happened yet. So when it happens, I'll let you know.
You can have your dinner later.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. How heavy are you?
4 years ago, Nick was characteristically candid about his desire to find true love and maybe become a parent.
I love you, Peter.
Kids one day?
Absolutely. Yeah, medically, I can have kids. Well, I'm not going to be pregnant, but yeah. But, yeah, I see kids definitely in my life. Yeah, I can't wait to be a father.
Well, it was just the two of us on the beach that day. Now, 4 years on, there's a third. And, would you believe it, soon to be a fourth.
Clearly, you're a happier man.
Very, very happy, and actually we're sharing something else, a great joy that we're very much looking forward to. We're pregnant.
Fantastic.
We're pregnant. So our son Kiyoshi's on the way.
Tell us about your little boy you're having.
Well, let me tell you, it was a big surprise for us. We always said, oh, you know, we're gonna wait 2 years before we have kids, and you know, it happened. And this is our baby. It was 15 weeks, right? Now it's 17 weeks, but it was 15 weeks when we were there, and we could see everything. Both of his hands, both of his feet, his brain.
So there's his little hands.
Yeah.
But was there a worry or a concern from the doctors and a genuine concern from yourselves that perhaps your little one could be born without limbs?
Well, medically speaking, there's a even smaller chance. The chance that this happened to me, it'll be even smaller because it's not genetic or anything like that. Did it cross our minds? Absolutely. Was I relieved when I saw the 10 fingers and 10 toes? Absolutely. It was just a joy, you know. I love you.
If there is anyone in this world who deserves to find happiness, it's Nick Vujicic. He's overcome huge challenges in his life, and no doubt there are more to come. But for Nick and Kanae, life right now is pretty good.
4 years ago, we sat on this beach here in Malibu and we talked about your dreams and hopes for the future. And it seems they've come true.
Here we are. It's amazing. Why not? Our dreams do come true. And she's the greatest dream that's ever come true for me.